We are set for a start, though, at the Eliminator. There's been all sorts of drama before the race. You will now see the drama in the race. There is Corey Jones, 20 men set, young Ali Day, hoping to further move up. Shannon Eckstein, it is all on his shoulders. Off they go. Matty Poole is out in front in pink. And this, well, what a wonderful event this is going to be. We're starting the first race. Hopefully we get through 3. And I guess the series leader, Shannon Eckstein, he's won this series 5 times. He just needs to stay at the front of the field, and everything else doesn't really matter.
Look, I really think today, and Nicole will have an opinion on this, but I think Shannon Eckstein wants to win today because he doesn't want to go and win the series and not actually come in and dominate. And by winning 2 races out of 5, he will show that he deserves to win the actual series.
But the other thing is too, Guy, not knowing what the weather is going to do. If you do have to drop a race from the 3 races, you know, it's going to be win at all costs now. From this first Eliminator, in case it's the last race, and I know you don't want it to be, they're going to want to win it.
Trev, talk us through the leaders back. You're right there. Who's leading? And I can see Matt Poole in the pink hair, but who's in front?
Well, let's start right from the back. I noticed Corey Jones right at the back here, but up at front, Kai Hurst is actually just starting to come out of the pack with a white cap on. Zane Holmes looking strong there. Hugh Doherty's also there. Shannon Eckstein's there in about 7th spot. And Matt Poole sitting in 3rd spot. Mitch Miller, another good one. Kane Eckstein. They're all sitting in about the top 7 or 8, everyone that I've mentioned there.
Yeah, beautiful conditions actually now. We talk about a lull in the weather for the moment, but the boys are actually getting a really good opportunity to get into some really nice swimming strokes. See Kai breathing off to the side, but also keeping an eye on where the beach is, where he needs to be in terms of the finishing arch and the run for transition into the second leg.
The women's race too, we saw Liz Plumas came back and show us that her terrible result at Portsea was to do with the surf and not to do with her as an athlete. And I think we might see that from Hugh Doherty today. He's sitting on Kai Hurst's shoulder as they take the wave together.
Well, it's a great look here as they pull down the wave. Surprised to see Newbiggen's had a great start too, but Hugh Doherty, who unfortunately at Portsea had such a bad race, is saying, you know what, this could be the only race we do today. Let's go out there and make it all happen. And Kai Hurst is sitting in right in behind him, and he's in form as well, coming up a 2nd at Portsea.
Guy, when you were addressing the boys, Hugh Doherty was having a bit of a laugh and a smile, and he said to me, well, whatever will be, will be. So he was prepared to go out and race once, twice, 3 or 4 or 5 times. He's focused on what his job is required. You can see him there in the green Cosy, Shannon Eckstein coming through in the maroon top. And as you said, it's going to be a tightly bunched field. It's Hugh Doherty in front of Kai Hurst, Matt Poole, Shannon Eckstein, Dylan Newbiggen performing well, Kane Eckstein, Zane Holmes, and young Mitch Miller, the local boy with the big home support, round out the top 8. Well,
Shannon Eckstein really needs to concentrate on where Matt Poole is as well, because if this is the only race we do, he needs to stay. In an area around him of about 5 or 6 placings. So that is an important part of what's the story is going to happen today as well for the series win. And Matt Poole is looking quite good though, sitting in a nice spot.
What a transition! What a run leg there for Shannon Eckstein. He's now sitting in 2nd, right behind Hugh Doherty. So he really put in some big strides in that run, but also got onto the ski beautifully and showing why he's potentially going to be crowned the series champion again.
And in the paper today, he was saying that he hasn't been happy with his form. It's quite funny. He's won a race, won the first round of the series. He's leading the series on points, so he's very consistent, but by his own calculation, he's not doing as well as what he has in the past. And I think today he's really going to show that he's got more and he's dominant in this sport.
After the weather that we've had in the last hour, it is eerily calm out there right now.
Trevor Hendy, you've been in this situation so often leading into the last round of a series. Everyone is chasing you, the target's on your back. It's got to be, in a lot of ways, the toughest position in the field, especially in circumstances like this where you don't really know where the goalposts are.
I'm still thinking about what Nicole just said, that it's eerily calm out here. I've got this 15-knot wind blowing straight into my face. I can't see for rain. It might be eerily calm in the booth there, Nicole, but it's really good conditions, really. I just love the fact about Ironman, Ironwomen racing and test sheet. You know, you constantly get different conditions. I'm watching now Hugh Doherty with Kai Hurst sitting on his right wash and Shannon Eckstein sitting on his left wash. Back on Kai's right wash is Matt Poole. So it's set up, and Zane Holmes tucked in there as well. And we know Zane wants to win another round after last time. That's what he'll want. Also sitting there, I'll just talk you through them. Kane Eckstein, we've got Mitch Miller in there as well, Wes Berg back there, Rhys Drury, Pierce Leonard, who I think is one who could go well if it goes to 3 races today.
And Trev, I mean, we've never seen anything like this where we've had weather even affect a series or a race where you just don't even know whether we're doing 3 races, 2 races, 1 races. The mindset for these guys would be just completely different than we've ever seen before.
Oh, it really is. it's dry.
Sounds like we've just lost Trev out the back. As he said, it is pretty wild. It's very stormy, but no such problems on the beach with Amy Hetzel.
Hello, I'm here with Grant Kenny, one of the legends of the sport, one of the greatest in Australian history. Grant, you've been out there, you know what it's like. With the uncertainty with the race at the moment, is it 1, is it 3? How are the competitors likely to be dealing with that mentally?
Well, I think the sign of a great champion is being able to change your race plan, and that's certainly something that you have to get used to in surf, not so much in these sorts of circumstances, but just whatever a normal Ironman race, you know, all the greatest plans can go out the window with the first big wave. So in that sense, I think they're probably used to changing race plans along the way, but not knowing whether or not there's going to be 1, 2 or 3 races. It's interesting because often in this format, if you're in the front and comfortably going to get through, you'll take it a little easy and conserve for the final. Well, if the weather changes and they call a race off, that might have been your last race. So a bit of a decision to make, whether you push really hard and you know, and hope you've got enough endurance to go through and do 3 good races in case they only have 1.
So a thinking man's game at the moment. Now, whoever walks away with this series will walk away with the Grant Kenny medal. What does that mean to you to have the title named after you?
Well, look, I was very honoured, to be honest with you, and humbled, but to be honest, I'm also a bit embarrassed because I just think that there are so many people that it could have been named after rather than myself. I mean, I've only been around for 30 plus years in terms of competing. In fact, it's 30 and a bit years since I won my the first Australian Junior Senior Ironman. But look, yeah, there's a lot of others that it could have been named after, but you know, I guess I am proud of it, and you know, I'm happy for. I'm really looking forward to see who takes it, actually.
Very well deserved, Grant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautifully done. As we see the main boys hit the beach, that is Shannon Eckstein, Hugh Doherty, Zane Holmes is right up there as well. And I know Guy Leach, Kane Eckstein there. Great to hear from Grant Kenny, and a man that yourself and Trevor spend a lot of time looking up to.
He was the reason why I started Ironman racing, and as promoters we thought that, you know, it was more than deserving of him to have the medal named after him. And Nicole, he's a very modest man because let me tell you, I think that he's the only guy that should be on the medal.
Yeah, no, he's a very modest man, but you find that most great athletes are like that, aren't they? Very humble in their achievements, and Grant Kenny, a businessman in his own right now, is a very humble man.
All right, leading them out at this stage in the white singlet, Zane Zappa Holmes. Shannon Eckstein is there on the right in the maroon Cozzy. Hugh Doherty looks like he's moving to the front in the green Cozzy. Kai Hurst is there, Kane Eckstein, and there is Matty Poole in the pink.
Now, Trev, I think Shannon Eckstein's a bit of a Monty today as we look out of just what's coming in, and it doesn't look good. It's really and literally just darkness, and you can't really see past first point here. But Shannon Eckstein, you know, don't you think he wants to make a statement today? And by his own admission, he's been sort of out of form. I think part of that is to do with the fact that we've got a bigger series now with more money, and the other guys are training more, and they've bridged the gap. But still, Shannon Eckstein will really want to make a statement today.
Well, you know, when you, like, you know, those years ago when you won the Coolangatta Gold, you win a certain race and you feel like you own it, you want to own that thing. And that's what Shannon feels. He feels like he's won the series 5 times. This will be his 6th time if he can do it. He wants to own it and stamp his authority on it. He wants to win, you know, win the series with a win in the last race. But we thought of Shannon 2 years ago as the master of transitions. No one could match him. You got young guys like Matt Poole now absolutely flying around. Hugh Doherty, his brother Kane, these guys are taking what Shannon did to another level. Shannon's been like the Kelly Slater, I guess, of what he did to surfing in Ironman racing recently. Now these other guys are coming through and matching it. But Shannon wants to show, I know from speaking to him, he wants to win this race.
Trev, just very quickly, we saw a weather shot. You are out there. Do you think we'll get a second race in?
I actually think we do. I think we're going to get all 3 races in. I think the weather's going to go around us, and a little bit of positivity in there as well. I'm trying to influence the result.
There's nothing little about your positivity, Trevor Henry. You see a bright day in the darkest of clouds, no doubt about that. We get to the serious business now because there is not 3 races guaranteed. You can look at that. Hugh Doherty is on the wave. It looks like Kai Hurst is on it. Shannon Eckstein is on it. Zane Holmes is on it, and Wesberg and Kane Eckstein all on that leading wave.
Kane really had to work to get on that wave. It was just a little bit fatter on the outside where he was. As we take a look at where the run's going to take place for that final transition.
Matty Poole is back in the field. He is in between the first and second pack, but you can see Wesy Berg. A bit of an outrageous hairdo going on for a man that's become a father there, but good luck to him with the mohawk, and the rest of the boys are in behind him.
Yeah, well, Kai Hurst is looking strong. Zane Holmes is there. Shannon Eckstein. I think the guys have looked out to sea and think, you know what, we've got another race coming up because they're not sprinting.
Wes Berg with the Mohawk, the proud father, is first across the line. Congratulations to him. Kai Hurst, Zane Holmes is up there. Shannon Eckstein nicely entrenched. But this is down in the field. These are the boys that are trying to beat the red zone. Hugh Doherty is safely through. Matty Poole, they are coming at him like steam trains back there. Oh, Leachy Ali Day's leading the field home. Some of those boys won't get through. And whoa, what a finish.
Well, it looks like Reece Drury might be right on the cusp, and he got to the last 4 at Bondi, so that is a bit of a shock.
All right, Westberg leads Kai Hurst and Zane Holmes. Shannon Eckstein safely through. Matty Poole safely through.